In this video, we are going to see how we can produce reports in Civil 3D. Previously, we have looked at how to produce plans. So if you missed that, make sure you check out for that video so that you don't miss out. When we were creating plans, we created them in a new drawing, which is this one, but we were working in a different drawing. So let us close this drawing and then we switch back to our previous drawing that we were working on, the original drawing. So let us save this drawing and then we close it. Let me close this drawing and then I switch back to the original drawing where I was working. So this is the original drawing where we were working. Let me switch to the model space. So this is what the original drawing where we were working from. We are going to move to the toolbox tab, and on the toolbox tab on the tool space, so we are going to check out for reports manager. So expand this. When you expand that, so in Civil 3D you have so many kinds of reports that you can produce. Under alignment, when you expand that, you can see there are very many different reports you can produce. Alignment curve, alignment relation report. So when you click on some of them, you can view information about them here, or you can right click and then say execute. So when you click on execute, you can read this information to know more about what that report is about. I'm not interested in producing this report. Let me just close this dialog. So there are so many other different reports that you can produce. You can expand and check out for this so that you get the report that you want to produce. In my case, I'm going to expand this one on profile, and then let's produce the report on incremental station elevation difference. So we are going to right click and then say execute. One thing to note is that all the reports are almost produced in the same way. So once we go through this one, you should be able to produce any report that you would like to produce in Civil 3D. So in this dialog, we are going to create this report, profile elevation differences. So you can read about it here to see what it is going to produce for you. So under the list of design profiles, we can check for our road design profile. Let's first expand this. So we are going to produce a report for our roadway design profile. So make sure you check this and then uncheck that and make sure you've checked the roadway design profile. So this is the one for which you are going to produce. And then the list of existing profiles. The existing profile we are going to have, we have only one, which is the EG surface 1. That is the existing surface profile. So we have this, and then make sure we check our roadway design profile. And then the report settings, we can choose to have data taken at regular intervals, at horizontal tangent points, at vertical tangent points, or existing ground points. So let me uncheck this one. I want to have my data produced at regular intervals, horizontal tangent points, and then vertical tangent points. So let me check all these three and then uncheck this one. And then the station interval. The station interval, let me change it to something like 20 meters and to sample at every 20 meters. So, and then here you can choose where you want to save your report. So you can browse to check to the folder where you want to save your report. So in my case, I want to save it to this folder, but you can give it a name. Let me say road design elevation difference report. Let me just give it a name. You can give it a name of your own choice. So let me call it road design elevation difference report. So you can save it in a given file type of your choice. You can save it as a Word document. You can save it as an Excel file, as a text file, or as a PDF file. So you can go ahead and set whichever file type you want to choose. You can set it as an Excel file if you want, so you can save it as an Excel file. But in my case, I think, let me just leave it as a HTML file. But if you want, you can save it as whichever file type you want, as an Excel text file. You can choose what you want. Let me leave it as HTML file so that I open it in my web browser. So I'm going to click on save. So after clicking on save, you have to click here on create report so that your report is now created. Civil 3D is going to give us a warning here, which is there's no static profile, no existing ground elevation that will be produced. Do you want to continue? I'm going to click on yes. So I'm going to wait for my report to display. So remember, I created it as an HTML file, so it will display in my web browser. So here is my report, profile elevation differences report. So you can view this report. So at chain edge 0, 0, these are the coordinates, the easting, the northing, the elevation design, and then the elevation difference. So you can review this report. So after reviewing this report, let's first close off this and go back to Civil 3D, and then we can click on done. If you want to create more reports, you can actually create any kind of report that you want to produce. If you want to produce this one, say, you can just come here. All reports are created in the same procedure is followed in creating all the reports that you want. This is going to conclude our discussion from where we started on web design in Civil 3D for beginners. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out any of our future tutorials. Thank you for watching from the beginning. So see you in our future tutorials.